All right, let's make some more money this week. Let's start Saturday. New Mexico State at Alabama. Alabama laying 51 points. New Mexico State's 1-8. It's 51-0. New Mexico State starting the game, and I'm taking Alabama. I think they cover 51. And I think they also cover the over at 67 if you care. Michigan at Penn State. This is a good one. Michigan minus 1.5. Penn State been a little bit up and down this year. Tough at home, though. I'm taking Michigan to obviously cover, but also win outright here. I believe in the run game. I believe in their defense. Oklahoma at Baylor. This is a really good one, too. Oklahoma minus 5.5, 5.5 points. Give me Oklahoma. That's a low line. It makes me think Baylor is going to cover. Because I think this should be like at least a touchdown and a hook. But give me Oklahoma to cover that 5.5. It's low. Something fishy here, but take Oklahoma. Mississippi State at Auburn. Auburn minus 5.5. They're at home, 5.5 points. Mississippi State, just who knows what you're going to get, who's going to show up. Auburn's tough at home. Take Auburn, lay in the 5.5 points. And the over-under on that's 50. Come on, take the over there. No doubt about it. Northwestern at Wisconsin. Wisconsin is favored by 24.5 points. Okay, Chaz Malusi's out. Graham Mertz is still not a good quarterback. That's a lot. I know Wisconsin's on a roll after a rough start. I know it's in Camp Randall, but give me Northwestern to cover that 24.5. That's a lot. I think Pat Fitzgerald could keep them within 24.5. Utah at Arizona. Utah favored by 24 on the road. Arizona's just god-awful and horrible. Utah will cover this line. Take Utah laying the 24. Georgia at Tennessee. This is interesting. Tennessee has an offense, but Georgia has a defense. And Georgia's favored by 20 on the road. I'd take Georgia. I'm not betting against them. I think they're going to give up maybe 10 points at most, and they're certainly going to score more than 30. So take that to the bank. Take Georgia laying 20. Purdue at Ohio State. The Giant Killers, Purdue Boilermakers, they're getting 21 points, okay? They're getting 21 points at Ohio State. Take the 21 and be happy about that. There's an outside chance, very outside, that Purdue could win this football game. They beat Iowa when they were top 5. They beat Michigan State when they're top 5. They're Giant Killers. So give them 3 touchdowns. And I don't know, that money line's high. I don't think they're going to win, but man, it's tempting. Minnesota at Iowa. Iowa laying 5 points at home against Minnesota. I would take Iowa here. Over under on this is 37 points. That's pathetic. But I still got to take the under. I think it's going to be like a, 20-13 game. Horrible. Southern Miss at UTSA. UTSA laying 33. Southern Miss 1-8. They're horrible. UTSA lay the 33 points. Take them at home to cover. Maryland at Michigan State. Michigan State minus 13. Angry after their loss at home. Again, they should be very ticked off, and they should cover that 13 against Maryland. Texas A&M and Ole Miss. A&M laying 2.5 on the road at Ole Miss. Very interesting game. Kind of trappy feel here. I mean, Texas A&M has a shot, a legit shot, to go to the SEC title game. But Ole Miss needs some things to happen. But they're dangerous on offense. So this is, again, like that offense versus defense. Who do you pick? I'm taking A&M to cover this and win by a field goal on the road. Notre Dame at Virginia. Notre Dame laying 5.5. The run game is finally on track for the last 4 or 5 weeks. Kyron Williams is going to run through Virginia. They will cover this 5.5. NC State at Wake Forest. Wake laying 2. This is kind of a big game in the ACC, even though Wake's out of the playoff race. NC State, I like. I think they're a good football team, but the offense of Wake Forest is going to win this football game. They're going to cover the 2 as well. And I would take probably the over at 66.5. Arkansas at LSU. Arkansas is minus 2.5 on the road at LSU. Who knows what you're going to get from LSU? Last week, they almost beat Alabama. This week, they're underdogs at home. I Never bet against LSU as an underdog at home. Take LSU to cover the 2.5 and probably win the game. TCU at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State laying 12. Give me Oklahoma State here. They're playing very well on defense. The offense is starting to come around a little bit. They're going to win this football game by 2 touchdowns. Washington State at Oregon. Oregon laying 14 points. Give me Oregon at home. They're a different football team. They should be able to thump Washington State by 20 to 30 points. And finally, Nevada at San Diego State. San Diego State laying 3 at home. Nevada is a pretty sneaky good football team. Carson Strong is a guy who could be a first rounder. Take Nevada here to cover and possibly pull the upset. This could be a 1-point game. This could be a Nevada win. So take Nevada getting the 3 points. And the over-under is 45.5. Take the over on that for sure. There you go. Get rich. Make some money.